Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to another video for today. So in today's video, we're going to have a battle, Nvidia versus AMD. We're going to have a little talk about what makes both company very compelling, who's the weaker one, who's the stronger one currently.
Round 1, fight!
Now, it's not to say that one is crap and the other one is much better. No, it's just to see which one is more, better suited in the current market. We've covered both companies extensively on this channel for a while. So if you've been following, you know that one company is, let's say, struggling right now, while the other, not so much. And no, I'm not talking about Intel. Now, this video is also sponsored by Seeking Alpha. If you want 50% off your Seeking Alpha subscription, check the link down in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, we're going to have a look at those numbers. So first up, we have AMD. It closed the day down 1% when the overall market was quite strong. Overall, in the last month, it's down close to 16%. Year to date, it's down 43%. And then for the 1 year chart, if it wants to load, it's down 20%. Now, for Nvidia, we can actually compare both of them. I'm here on Seeking Alpha, so you can follow along if you haven't subscribed yet or whatnot. So here you can see and compare both 1 year. Nvidia is down 34.59% and AMD is down 20.26%. That's 1 year. Now, obviously 1 year doesn't really paint the full picture, right? Because it's pretty short term. So if we look at the 3 years, well, that paints a completely different picture. Nvidia is up 214%, whereas AMD is up 180%. Now, obviously, you can go on and on. Look at the 5 year. Nvidia is up 240, AMD 592. Now, for those that don't know the full story, let's say with AMD, well, 2015, 16, 17, 18, company wasn't really doing very well. It was actually very close to bankruptcy. Then came Lisa Su, overhauled the whole management, and then, well, the rest is history. So that's why you see a very strong outperformance in the last 5 years. Now we could obviously go even further, and that's exactly what I'm going to do in this video. Now, again, I want to repeat myself. We've covered Nvidia and AMD on this channel a lot, news related, earnings related. So if you have not been following along, so earnings related, AMD much better than Nvidia. Nvidia has been taking a hit lately, missed tremendously on revenue. Net income is also coming down now with the new, let's say regulations, permits that they need to sell to China. It's going to get hit another $400 million or so. So not great for Nvidia, and valuation wise, you will also see that it favors AMD and not Nvidia, even though the stock is down, much more than AMD. But stock going down and financials not going up is not helping the company. Stock going down, financials going up, this is where you will see valuations make more sense, as we've seen with Tesla, for example. And so if you're familiar with Seeking Alpha, you know that there are some ratings here on the website. So quant rating AMD and Nvidia are a hold. Seeking Alpha authors give AMD a buy, Nvidia a hold, and then Wall Street analysts, both of them get a buy rating. Now, when it comes to the quant factor grades, you can clearly see that AMD fares much better than Nvidia. Valuation, growth, profitability, Nvidia does better than AMD, but all the rest, momentum, AMD better, and EPS revisions as well, which obviously makes sense since we've just talked about the hits that Nvidia keeps getting. Now, continuing on that trend, as I said, with valuations, you can clearly see that, valuations, AMD, much more favorable right now than Nvidia. PE, fiscal year 1, basically double. Nvidia is basically double. When you look at the trailing 12 months, PE to non-GAAP, also AMD better there. Now, when it comes to growth, revenue growth, EBITDA growth, net income growth, same story here. AMD outperforms Nvidia quite comfortably. And as for profitability, this is where the story changes a little bit. Gross profit margin, Nvidia better than AMD. EBIT margin, Nvidia as well. EBITDA margin, net income margin, levered free cash flow margin, return on equity, return on asset, return on total capital, all of those are going Nvidia's way. But as we've seen in the last quarterly earnings, it is changing quite quickly with AMD at the good direction. With Nvidia, it is, well, going the other one. Now, that's not to say that Nvidia can't turn their ship around. I'm pretty confident that they can. Obviously, the company itself has a foot in different industries when it comes to, well, comparing them to AMD and Nvidia, AI, automotive, professional visualization, GPU, data centers, etc. Obviously, some of those industries are similar to AMD's, but some of them aren't. When you talk about AI, for example, Nvidia is much better positioned than AMD. It's just a fact. Now, could AMD catch up to Nvidia in the years and years to come? Maybe, maybe not. But right now, that's the story. And one of the last things I want to mention is income statement for the trailing 12 months. So revenue, AMD is catching up to Nvidia, but it's not there yet. $21.58 billion for AMD. Nvidia sits at $29.74 billion. Revenue per share, AMD is higher than Nvidia, but earnings per share diluted. It's a bit less, so $2.27 for AMD, $3.06 for Nvidia. Now, when it comes to net income, right now, Nvidia is basically double that of AMD. But as you see in the last quarter, it is coming down because of, well, what's happening right now in the market. And of course, when it comes to the balance sheet, so total cash, Nvidia blows it out of the water, $17 billion, AMD just shy of $6 billion, total cash per share. That's where AMD does better than Nvidia, also basically a bit more than doubling there. All right, so to conclude, and if you want that 50% off your Seeking Alpha subscription, link is down in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, when it comes to AMD and Nvidia, it's not in my major portfolio. So I'm holding their Intel, so I'm already, well, suffering enough. But to be honest, looking at everything we just seen, hearing all the news that we've covered, to be honest, I think right now AMD is a much better buy because of the company's position. Now, that does not mean that Nvidia is not a great company to have for your long-term portfolio. Just right now, with the current market, the current news that we've got, I do believe that AMD can rebound much quicker than Nvidia, and valuation-wise, well, obviously AMD makes more sense than Nvidia, as we've clearly seen throughout this video. Now, obviously, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. Nvidia or AMD? Maybe you have both in your portfolio. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.